We had a huge party for the media and rolled it out with all kinds of fanfare and so forth. We also we took a full page of USA Today to announce the program.
But Atari were in for a surprise. In Seattle, Hank Rogers was visiting his contacts at Nintendo to offer them exclusive console rights. Their Nintendo Entertainment System was the biggest-selling video game console in the world.
As soon as we found out that the home video game rights were available, and at the same time that Hank had cut a deal for the handheld rights, we were absolutely delighted.
For Howard Lincoln and Minoru Arakawa, this provided the ideal opportunity to get back at arch-rivals Atari.
They said, we will help you, so go back, and if you think you've got it in the bag, call us, we'll come and we'll clinch the deal.
Atari were not the only complication. In Britain, Robert Maxwell found out that his son had lost out on the handheld rights. He was furious and began contacting senior ministers within the Kremlin.
Он обвинил меня в том, что я своими неправильными действиями взорвал торгово-экономические отношения между СССР и Великобританией.
The Kremlin began to exert pressure on Belikov, and his position was under threat. Hank sensed it was imperative he get his deal signed with Elog as soon as possible.
I went back to Moscow, and I asked the Russians, would it clinch the deal if I brought Mr. Arakawa and Mr. Lincoln? Absolutely.
Nintendo needed to move quickly and quietly. They had to avoid alerting either Maxwell or Atari, who were about to have the video game console rights snatched from under their noses.
We told all of our employees that we were going to Japan, and I think only one employee at Nintendo of America was aware of where we were actually going.
In Moscow, they signed a deal worth $500,000 in guaranteed royalties and 50 cents on every cartridge. Over 30 times what Stein had first offered the Russians, but a fraction of what the game was worth to Nintendo.
When we flew back across to Seattle, every time I looked at Arakawa and he looked at me, we just started laughing because we knew we had not only the handheld rights, but we had the home video game rights as well. And at the same time, found a way to really give it back to Atari games.
Back in Moscow, the pressure was piling onto Belikov.
23 марта я получил этот телекс. Длинный такой. У нас факса в то время еще не было. Этот телекс был послан Кевину Максу, которому он сообщил, что вопрос, что я совершил ряд ошибок, что вопрос поднят будет во время предстоящего визита в Лондон президента Горбачева. Здесь шли угроза от угрозы. То есть это уже был не бизнес.
It was two very powerful sides or organization fight for my small game. We got in a very sharp and hot place.
Потом был звонок от человека, который занимался подготовкой визита Горбачева, который настоятельно предложил мне немедленно лететь в Лондон, стать на колени перед Робертом Максвеллом и умолять его ни слова не говорить Горбачеву, потому что иначе, если он скажет хоть одно слово, меня просто больше не будет. Это были дословные слова. Ощущение у меня, естественно, было чисто человеческое. Мне стало страшно. Потому что я понял, что это как, знаете, попытаться танк руками остановить. Вот он движется, попробуйте его руками остановить. Я понял, что включили уже как это, бездушную машину, вот, государственную, которая совершенно не интересует никакие доводы,